Hey, man, this is what got to be said. The CaitlinClark situation, if y'all ready over there. CaitlinClark situation is something that I haven't heard anybody speak on how it should be spoke on yet. She was what I call one of those Caucasian people who can play for real.
Yeah, she can hoop.
A lot of the girls in the WNBA are having issues with her. Jealousy issues.
Of course.
Okay.
Jealousy issues. But nobody's saying what it is. Everybody's just acting like everybody's just jealous. But it ain't just jealousy. We know what happens when a Caucasian player can really play. They become
and more male, right?
They become God. They become God. No, but listen, what happens with this young lady right here is we know you're going to hype her up to be the everything of sports. Literally, the everything of sports. This young lady hasn't scored a point in the WNBA, but they're going to hail her as Michael Jordan. CaitlinClark is going to be hyped up to be invincible. And that is why the girls in the WNBA are worried. Even though the girls in the WNBA are delusional muffin eaters, they're delusional muffin eaters. But they know that they invited CaitlinClark to the White House and she never won the championship.
That's comedy.
They invited her to the White House. She never won the championship.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
That's why they're jealous, because they know this girl is going to be put on a pedestal above everyone.
Was Corey Holcolmb right? Yes and no. The yes is because she gets people to tune in. She puts butts in the seats. You can look at the numbers right there. The numbers don't lie. And more people have tuned in to watch her than people have tuned in to watch any sporting event since 2019, excluding football and the Olympics. And she brought so much hype around women's college basketball to where even when the games that she's not playing in, a lot of those are starting to rival NBA ratings. But we black and we petty, and the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace. So do we have to participate in this hype train? Nah, no we don't. Not really. Unless, of course, you really like women's basketball, which a lot of people are starting to like it. But we don't have to participate if you don't want to. We can be black and petty. But you know who does have to participate? The WNBA, because they ass is broke. And they haven't turned a profit in 25 years. So they can't afford to be doing all this hating and shading and doing it. They have to get on board. The NBA didn't have a problem with calling it the JBA, the Jordan Basketball Association, because Jordan came in, he brought all those viewers, which helped the NBA negotiate bigger, better TV deals, which ultimately made not just Jordan more money, but made the league more money. That made the players more money. And now when no-name players who you never heard of are signing contracts where they're getting paid $25 million a year and you ain't never even heard of them, they got Jordan to thank for that. Now the WNBA is sitting there broke, the players are broke, and there's literal videos of WNBA legends asking NBA players to spend a few less nights at the strip club or the casino and spread a little bit of the wealth around to the WNBA players. Like, it's that bad. They down that bad. And here comes somebody who is getting NBA ratings, actually better than NBA ratings. Somebody who's, I would argue, the third most famous basketball player on earth with a PH, other than LeBron and Steph Curry. She's probably number 3. She can come in here and get all of them the money. So yes, these jealous, bitter, it's not just the black, but it seems like it's a racial element there. So these jealous, bitter black NBA players, yes, unfortunately, in the words of Laura Ingram, they need to shut up and dribble, because this white girl gonna get y'all paid. Unless, of course, the WNBA figure out a way to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory, which they have done before, because CaitlinClark, one of the criticisms are true, she's not the first player who was unique. I mean, it was 6'4" Candace Parker out there crossing people up, dunking in the half court. Like, Candace Parker was good. Maybe they dropped the ball on the promotion. Brittany Griner, before she went down to Russia and got a terrorist released from prison, she was dunking on them chicks off a drop step. Like, she was out there nasty with it. And it was another 6'8" chick in the league who was just as good as her. How did people not know about that? How did they not advertise that matchup between those two 6'8" Titans? Being 6'8" in the WNBA, that's like 7'6" or 7'5" in the NBA. If the two best players, arguably, in the NBA was 7'5", 7'6", you think we wouldn't be advertised that matchup? You think they wouldn't run ads for it? You think they wouldn't try to do something to try to drum up the curiosity? Like, they dropped the ball on this kind of stuff, because when Gilbert Arenas was talking to Cheryl Swoops, he was saying, why don't the WNBA promote the individual? Do they think they got to promote it like it's just one big family or something? And she was like, no, we don't need to promote the individual. It can get promoted like it's just one big happy family over there. Like, they're scared. They're going to be scared to call it the CaitlinClark Basketball Association, much like how the NBA wasn't scared to basically call it the Jordan Basketball Association. They go with the everybody gets the trophy mentality. And I know I'm not tripping on that, because they say that Diana Taurasi is the GOAT of the WNBA. She only has one MVP. It seems like they liberally spread around the MVPs to make sure everybody gets one. Some would argue that they do that in the NBA, but Jordan got 5, LeBron got 4. Like, people can rack up if you're great, but they fail at every chance to try to properly promote the stars of the league. And here they are with a generational star, and through what's seemingly some racial politics and some LGBTQ politics that I ain't about to get into, they're about to botch this thing, and they're probably going to stay in obscurity. And the most famous basketball player on earth is potentially going to go to the WNBA and fade away into obscurity. But girl power, black girl magic, we can do it, all of that stuff. Yeah. All right.